Hi again, everyone, from Cedar Rapids. Once again, I'm Bob Ask with my story, my life in the context of history. As I lived it for a long time, studied it, got to teach it, all my life packed into 20 vignettes. This is number 6 today. I've entitled my theme for today, 2 Big Days, 1946, 1949. I've entitled it, Our Love Begins. We met, we married. A pretty 16-year-old girl from Muscatine stated it was love at first sight. Her reference, the 19-year-old college boy Lucky Me, has usually responded jokingly, well, it took me 5 or 6 minutes. But either way, we've always agreed it was love at first sight. The date for that historic meeting for me was August 1, 1946. The place, the campus of William Penn College in Oskaloosa, Iowa, and located out on the beautiful campus, halfway between the chapel and Penn Hall. You Pennites will recognize it. Beautiful area by an old pump. I call it hallowed ground. Going from third person to first, yes, that was me, the lucky fellow. I did really fall in love that summer night long time ago. My diary here tells a little bit more, but not too much. It does say that first day we met, it was the evening at Lewis Hall after dinner. You know what I was doing? I was looking for a girl I met and took around the campus the night before. Another pretty girl, a high schooler for this college boy. And I was looking for her. I never saw her. Lucky me, because I did one better. A few minutes later, according to my diary, I remember a couple of friends of mine pointed her out to me, and I said, "Who is she? Will you introduce me?" Well, I spotted her from afar. We took a little walk out on the campus, and yes, literally fell in love in 1 hour on that beautiful summer night. My diary the next day says this: it was weekend coming up, and I was going to go home Friday night to Ottumwa, but it says here, I think I'll stay over another day. And my first description of Marilyn was 4 words: nice girl, real cute. I stayed over that first weekend after that first big day. The Oskaloosa newspaper and the William Penn paper collaborated on a series they had years later about people who had met, fallen in love, and married from their school. Let me read just a portion of what they wrote in an article called Summer Love. It explains it just a little bit further. It all began one summer when a young woman was attending Young Friends Conference at William Penn. Marilyn Reed was 16, and it was her third summer she'd been at the college for the conference. That summer, Bob Ask, a student at Penn, was working on campus to earn money to put towards his college tuition. Bob noticed Marilyn on campus and was immediately intrigued. The two had a mutual acquaintance, Dean Guthrie, who was attending the church conference and was also the younger brother of one of Bob's teammates on his basketball team, David Guthrie. When Bob expressed his interest in Marilyn to Dean, Dean arranged a time for the two to meet near the Formal Lounge and Lewis Hall. I was a farm girl from Muscatine, Iowa, and I hadn't met many college guys before, Marilyn said. So I was kind of odd that he would even want to meet me. The two took a walk around the campus and got to know each other that first hour in their meeting. Well, there was going to be a 3-year interim between the we met and the we married, 1946, 1949. What happened briefly in that 3-year interim? Well, Marilyn had to go back home after the conference on the farm. She had 2 more years at Muscatine High School. Incidentally, you Iowa fans will find it interesting to know 2 of her classmates at Muskie High with Murray Weir and Charlie Mason, the great Hawkeyes who were playing in college when I was playing in college, one at the big school, one at the little school. So Marilyn went back home, and I went back to college for 2 more years. Lots of love letters, back and forth, back and forth. One of my good friends, Eileen McDermott, used to kid me at water aerobics. You still have those boxes of love letters, Bob? And I said, yeah, but they're really too hot to even touch them. Well, I finally opened one up, and here's what she said, what it says. This is one of the love letters, and I noticed an unusual love letter because here's what I penned in the context of the love letter. Here's what I penned. You are the promised kiss of springtime that makes the lonely winter seem long. You are the breathless hush of evening that trembles on the brink of a lovely song. You are the angel glow that lights a star. The dearest words I know are what you are. Someday my happy arms will hold you, and someday I'll know that moment divine when all the things you are mine. Well, the summer moved along. Bus rides, Marilyn to Penn, me to Muscatine. She came down to see some basketball games. We got engaged during that interim at a nice park in Davenport, Iowa. February Park, we were engaged. We always said, Marilyn and I, but maybe the happiest summer we ever had was 1947. She was on the campus, so was I, both working, and that was the summer that she was going to come to the college as a freshman. Well, that's when a little tragedy struck. That fall, I was going back to school, and now Marilyn was going to join me. The first week of school, her mother passed away. She was able to finish the semester, but then had to go back home to the farm and raise her siblings, 3 of them, who depended upon her with her dad. So it was back to the love letters, back to the bus rides for a while longer. Well, finally, that second big day came. The wedding day, May 29, 1949. The place, Bloomington Friends Church, 5 miles north of Muscatine. That early morning, I can remember leaving Ottumwa with my leather sweater, a hat, 1 suitcase, and in a caravan of cars, we headed for Muscatine. Marilyn made her own beautiful wedding dress, as you can see here. Her attendants, her good friend from high school, Doris Crow, the singer, a college friend of ours, Carol Bell Van Cleve, my best man, who else? Brother John. Well, our honeymoon got a ride to Rockford, Illinois, and then we went by bus to Chicago. Oh yeah, we had to see a baseball game, saw the Yankees and the White Sox at Old Comiskey Park, then went up to Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. Well, that was the big summer between 46 and 49. That fall, well, that spring, we went to summer school in Iowa City, where I was working on my master's degree, and then it was up to Marengo to teach and live together for the first time. Bye-bye.